Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peggy, otherwise known as Florida Plant Mama, and I garden here in my backyard, Zone 10A, Central Florida. It's just a regular suburban backyard in a subtropical zone of Florida. I am a home gardener, no special skill set, no formal training, and I have created a food forest here that I'd like to share with you this afternoon. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, also welcome. Thanks for joining me again. This is the beginning of our 1st of August food forest tour. It's been a long time since I've done a tour, and I'm happy to show you around. Let's see what's going on in the midst of summer. This is kind of new for me. I usually do my food forest tours early in the morning to avoid the heat and humidity that happens here in Central Florida. But I got home from work, came out here to look at the plants, and the weather's actually not bad. It's not too noisy out, and it's still light. So I figured this is a good time. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it won't get dark before this tour is over. I'm gonna try and keep it quick. I'm gonna try and keep it simple because I know you all have things to do. So this is the actual entrance to the space. It is literally some T-posts, some 3-foot galvanized fencing, and fishing wire all along the perimeter of this food forest. That's how I keep the deer and the rodents out. That's it. I've got a little patio here, seating space, fire pit, and plant nursery right there. I've got a bit of potted fruit trees in this area and in this space here. One of my most recent videos told you exactly how many trees I can get in this tight space. This is my pride and joy. This is my wisteria and my butterfly pea climbing over the entrance to the garden. We always go straight ahead. We're gonna go this way this time. Does this look like a forest? That is the idea. Of course, it's not a forest like I've got growing in the back of my property here. This is a conservation area behind my house. I've manicured it a little bit to please my aesthetic needs, but for the most part, I have taken principles from that forest behind my home to create this backyard growing space. It is a permaculture space. I've got annuals, I've got perennials, including fruit trees and veggies and pollinator flowers, edibles, non-edibles, all that is just jam-packed together, multiple trees in one hole. I'm using every bit of space that I can to get as much out of this property as I can. This is a cosmo that's gone out of control. This whole section is my medicinal bed. I've got herbs and medicinals growing in this space, and everywhere I try and stick a tree. This is a lime tree. That's to the right. To the left, I've got my shampoo ginger, which is ready for the squeezing. And it does feel like shampoo. And I also have here the Barbados cherry tree. She was sick at the beginning of the season, and she has snapped back nicely after pruning and a little bit of antifungal spray. This is firebush that I try and squeeze into spaces, and it tends to get sown by birds. An avocado tree, that's all to my left, and the avocado tree does have many avocados on her. And the medicinal bed continues here. So I've got in here things like tulsi and African basil, echinacea. There is goldenrod, there is dill, salvia. I've got one fig here and another fig there, and then another lime tree right there. There's a camellia tree there by the jasmine, and this vining flowering thing with the purple flowers that you can see from outside. I don't really know what that is. I took a cutting from a friend's tree and planted it there, and I keep forgetting the name of it. I love Gomphrena, it's there. We've got Coreopsis and another daisy type flower. Tabasco is growing here. What else? So many things. Zinnias, of course, this weed. Ooh, I can't stand this weed. And directly ahead, there is a mulberry tree here. And look at mulberries ready for the picking. I love to be able to come out here in the afternoon and find things to pick and eat. Delicious. So mulberries here, a pomegranate there, another avocado tree there. If I turn around here, there's an archway that has butterfly pea, and it has a queen's wreath tree on this side and on the inside. Let's go through. There's plumbago here. That's just for pollination. Volunteer callaloo. I just recently planted this. This is a kiwi plant, Kiwi prolifica, otherwise known, I believe, as hardy kiwi. This is the queen's wreath that will go over the trellis and meet the other one. It's actually doing it already, just what I want it to do. On this side of the trellis, the butterfly pea, there is a dahlia here, a volunteer cranberry hibiscus. I do have another hardy kiwi here. It's not doing as well as the prolifica virgin that I recently planted, but there are two. There's one here and there's one here. I'm hoping to get them to go up the trellis as well, but they are doing it slowly. There is elephant ear in the path, of course. Another camellia right there. Another mulberry tree, which I need to prune back. Another mulberry tree. Can you tell I like mulberry trees? A rose bush. We've got roses on there. Down at the bottom here, there is a limequat tree. And I have Stokes aster mixed with medicinal plantain here. This is the cucumber trellis that I built for cheap. And the cucumbers have since been removed. And now I have planted roselle, and I have also planted a pigeon pea, which is there. Roselle, which hasn't come up yet. Oh, actually we do have one little roselle there. And we have an Armenian cucumber here. I just re-sowed those, and another one here. And there's some onions and marigolds in this space as well. This is the bed that I have been gradually refilling because I'm going to put the fall veggies in this bed. Okay, fall veggies to include beets, carrots, Chinese cabbage like bok choy, and also, what else did I want to put in here? Onions, okay? I removed a good portion of the bags from the space because it was just too difficult keeping them wet during the dry season and keeping them from being waterlogged during the wet season, which we're in right now. This is what's left, and the reason why I left it alone is because we've got this squash-like plant growing out finally, and it has made its way all the way around here. So if it's a cucumber, I'm gonna be thrilled, and it looked like it might be, because I've had such a hard time getting cucumbers to grow recently. I don't know why. This is my Florida peach tree. I'm just heading back out of this space and pointing out the things to this side. There is a tibucina tree there with the purple flowers. Another rose bush. Another hibiscus. Goldenrod wants to go everywhere. I like it though because I love the flowers, and it's used to treat things like seasonal allergies. So I plant medicine wherever I can plant medicine, because I want this garden to serve as my place of leisure, peace, relaxation, and I want it to provide food and medicine for me and my family. As we continue, we have more shampoo ginger, prickly pear, pomegranate, she still has not fruited. More shampoo ginger down here. Another jasmine. This is the banana circle with a volunteer cranberry hibiscus that has lost her mind. I've got to cut that back. We can use her as chop and drop. There is the backside of one of the avocado trees. This is a guava tree, pink guava. Bananas, of course. Another pink guava. There is a strawberry guava here. These are in an area that's pretty shaded and they're staying alive. They don't fruit too well, but that's okay. They occupy the space and keep the ground covered. So you can see I do a lot of chop and drop. Okay, I cut down whatever's growing too vigorously and I just dump it right around the trees. That helps to keep the ground covered, keep weeds at bay, to give space for little creatures to live and do their thing, and also it feeds the trees. This is the annual garden bed area. I've got the raised beds, the metal raised beds, which I'll show you another one on the way out, and I've got wooden raised beds in addition to bags and in addition to that green stalk that you saw, and I plant in ground as well. This is one of the annual beds that my husband built for me. And in this bed here, we have Roselle, and she is doing very well. We actually still have some old beat up cabbages that I haven't pulled out. They're in the ground here too, but I just left those alone for now. This I'm gonna trim back so that it gets a little bit more bushy. There are three plants here, and then there's another set of wooden raised beds here. These ones will be replaced with 17-inch L-shaped metal raised bed that I have purchased but not yet put together. This lovely plant here is a pagoda plant. This is my Florida version of a hydrangea, since hydrangeas don't seem to do very well in my area. This is yet another attempt at a cucumber plant that has not done well. This is a cheap little cucumber trellis that I purchased. I'm trying cucumbers wherever I can to see where they will grow best. In this bed right now, I do have Roselle. I do have pigeon pea, which I don't necessarily eat the peas off of these, or I haven't yet, but I like this as biomass. I can cut this back, it grows vigorously, and I can use it as ground cover. I've got fennel here. No, I'm sorry, dill here. More pigeon pea, some zinnias, lovely pigeon pea, Roselle, and of course goldenrod has snuck in this space as well. From the trellis, we'll make a right, and there is just an assortment of little things down here. Some cacti-like plants and asparagus fern and foxtail. Sisu spinach. This is the blackberry trellis. There are about 5 blackberry plants here. I had a nice harvest of blackberries for the spring. This is my turmeric and this is turmeric and that's ginger. So turmeric and ginger bed. There is some ginger here, but this is the, what do they call it when it's not for eating? I'll write it down, but you don't eat this ginger. It's just decorative ginger. This is the plum bed. I've got 3 plum trees in this bed that I recently revamped because the plum trees were suffering. The plants on the ground were suffering. I cut back the plum trees and they are starting to grow back nicely. That's after I also cut back the pear trees, which are here to allow more light to enter this space. There is holy basil. There is lemon balm. There are Stokes asters that I've transplanted here, a rosemary, and there are 2 volunteer loquat trees and a camellia plant that is not happy about being exposed to all the sun that she's had since I cut back those pears. It's also holy basil, which I love, and it also makes a wonderful medicinal. Beside the plum bed is that banana circle that we entered with the trellis, and with it is another loquat tree. There are 2 loquat trees here with the bananas. I love loquats. This is Biden's Alba. She always finds her way back. Also excellent chop and drop. There are wildflowers here. I don't know what they are. I just threw a package of seeds there. So we'll see what they become. Holy basil in here with my sugar apple tree that has been growing very slowly for the past couple of years. We did have cucamelons on this trellis earlier in the season. I never got any cucamelons out of it. So I am going to plant either more cucumbers here, or I'm going to try some sugar baby watermelons directly sown there. This is where I had my tomato set up. I had a bunch of Roma tomatoes here. I'm also going to try cucumbers for the fall in these buckets. And I have moved a lot of the pepper bags to this space. As you can see, there are peppers ready for harvesting. Also in this bed, there is a royal crimson cherry tree that's pretty young, and a plum cut tree that's pretty young. I get all my trees at a very young state. They grow slowly, but they are less expensive at the time. So it makes, starting a food forest a little bit more affordable. Also here, I've got a pluery tree. She's gotten quite tall. This is the area, again, for vantage point, plum trees. And then we've got the jaboticaba tree, a hosta, sun hosta, with the other side of the blueberries. There is a bit of ginger or turmeric here as well. This is actually turmeric. It's gotten very big. I love it. Another trellis with sisu spinach. I have sown some roselle here, pigeon pea. There are cucumbers and sugar baby watermelons in here. And recently I just sprinkled some seeds of sun hemp down here because I want this area to get lots of chop and drop. I'll just grow it, and as it grows, I'll cut it and throw it back down on this space. Society garlic, another firebush tree, more society garlic. This is a groomy chama. I'll put it on the screen. Cherry tree has not yet fruited, but it did do a little bit of flowering. The longan tree that I recently harvested all of the longans from. And on this side, this is where you saw me plant my new trees early in the spring season. This is a Pakistani mulberry tree. She has given me mulberries. However, the birds have eaten them, so I haven't gotten to sample a nice ripe one yet. I'm going to cut her back again because she grows very quickly, and I use her for chop and drop as well. There is a volunteer elderberry tree in here, and I've got lots of aloe and goldenrod, and this Mexican petunia has decided it likes the space. More elderberry, butterfly pea. This is the butterfly pea trellis that I made out of the bamboo sticks. A pigeon pea in a bucket. Now I used to have pots and bags all along here. I recently removed them. And the reason why is because the irrigation just wasn't reaching this space very well, and it was very difficult to get this area watered during the dry season. So I went ahead and just got rid of them. It's better for walking anyway. The path is a little bit smoother. I hope I'm not making you all dizzy. But there is a hibiscus here, and then there are 3 Cattleya guava trees in here. This is a Cattleya guava. Here. Tastes just like a guava, except it's in a small bite. I've got to come out here and harvest them. I got a couple to collect today. Some have fallen on the ground. I don't like them to stay on the ground, so I do pick them up wherever I can and eat them if they're not filled with worms. There is a beautyberry in a pot here. More plumbago. Oh, the longan tree. Look at her, poor thing. Okay, so what happened here is when I cut back the taller branches of this longan tree, the underneath was exposed to a lot of sun, so we've got a little sunburning going on here, but that's okay. She'll bounce back. Plumbago and a rose. And there is another hardy kiwi here. I'm trying everything for these hardy kiwis, guys. I'm trying everything to grow these hardy kiwis. And then another hardy kiwi growing here. I love kiwi. I can't grow kiwi here, but I can grow hardy kiwi. So Zone 10A, I try and pick things that will do well here. And that's one of the things that's supposed to do well. This area contains more roselle and pigeon peas and bananas. This is the banana circle that I tried to remove. And as you can see, the bananas want to be there. They will be used as chop and drop wherever I don't want them. For example, this is going to a friend, or I'm going to remove it, chop it, and throw it back in here. There is a plantain tree in here somewhere. I think it may be this one or this one. I don't remember exactly where I planted it, and it looks just like a banana. So I've got to be careful about chopping in here. There was a pawpaw tree here. It died, but one pawpaw tree did survive, and it's back here behind this roselle. Where is she? This Oh, no, that's not her. This is a pigeon pea. This is my little pawpaw tree. Hanging in there. Got some leaves on it. I've got to cut back all this stuff to just make sure she gets a little bit of sunlight. This is another firebush. It's a variegated version. A fingerling lime tree here. Sweet almond there. Another loquat. And a trellis that contains bleeding heart vine. And then a mandevilla vine, a yellow mandevilla vine. In this area, there is sweet potato. And there are 2 nectarine trees planted essentially in one hole. And then there is another cucumber vine that I didn't plant. It was definitely a volunteer that I was able to get 1 or 2 cucumbers from that I'm leaving here to see what it does. Now, you can see with inconsistent watering, these cucumbers look kind of misshapen and yucky, but there's one. I don't know. They've all been kind of this color, so now it makes me wonder. Am I just leaving it too long on the vine? Or is this what they look like? It may be some kind of cross-pollinated breed because I haven't seen a green one. They're all kind of this color by the time I see them, even as babies. So I don't know what that is. I'll have to maybe taste it and see if I get brave enough. Meyer lemon is here. Look at my Meyer lemon. Got a couple on the tree. This is my date tree that has a couple of dates on it finally. This is the Lee date tree. It's in a pot. And then the kumquat tree is here. The loquat tree extends from there to there. Oh, and in with the loquat tree, let's go back, there is a moringa. I thought she was dead and she came back in the spring. And also in here is a bay leaf tree. There it is. It's been growing here for 2 years and it's growing very slowly, but it's in there. Okay, now we can continue. So as we go through here, there is a row of pineapples just around the walkway, a volunteer elderberry. This is a chop and drop plant. I forgot the name of it, but I did put it in here for biomass to protect my new little persimmon tree that is finally leafed out. There is a second persimmon tree in here that I planted with you all. There are some leaves at the base of it, but the stem, this is the Fuyugaski. I don't know if this is going to work because the leaves are coming from like the very base of the plant. And I do believe that this is a grafted tree, so I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. And my pride and joy, look at that. Oh my gosh. Do you see the size of this pomelo on this little pomelo tree that I just planted in the spring? Lovely. There is a dragon fruit here. She made a flower. I don't know if it got pollinated. I hope so. I haven't gotten a dragon fruit from this plant yet. I've gotten flowers 2 years in a row, but no dragon fruit. More sweet potatoes that are in a big plastic bin. The grapefruit is down there. This is another pomegranate tree. There are bananas in this space and the elderberries in this space. So growing very, very close to that dragon fruit, there is the beautiful honey dewdrop tree or bush. It starts off with these pretty little purple flowers, and then you get this little ball of yellow honeydew, or it looks like a little dewdrop that's honey colored on the leaves after the purple flowers go away. I'm trying to get through this as quickly as I can. Bear with me. I know I'm moving pretty fast through here, but that's because I'm trying to maximize on daylight time. It's getting dark here. More sweet potato, a holly tree, a miniature banana version, another fire bush, a sweet almond bush that I've trained into a tree, and then I have just the last remaining bags. I took up most of the bags, like I said, but I left these because they make for easier planting in this area, and they're right by the irrigation, so I don't have to worry too much about trying to water the bags. This is where I planted with you guys at the onset of the season my purple passion fruit. Purple passion fruit is doing what I want it to do. And there is still a hardy kiwi vine on here too. So grapes here. Purple passion fruit there. There is a lychee tree here. Those there are the Cattleya guavas that I showed you from the other side. There's another strawberry guava here. There's a longan here. A beautiful blue hibiscus. We'll come around. That's the strawberry guava. Another lychee tree. More grapes in here with a gardenia. I think I do have grapes in here that are ready for harvesting. There they are. There's the other kumquat tree. I'll go around and show you that in a moment. This is the other side of this white trellis that contains my coral honeysuckle, feverfew and yarrow bags, voluntary cranberry hibiscus, voluntary black-eyed Susan, and back to the beautyberry. And then this is the path that we kind of looked at from the other side of the plum bed. Jabuticaba tree. We've got asparagus in this bed, a Persian lime, another Persian lime here, the grape trellis, bags of peppers, and right behind the peppers are the blackberry bushes. This is a pear tree, a Asian pear tree, Hosu. Down here in the bag, there's my spaghetti squash and a little L campaign. We'll continue here. These are all pear trees. And look at this, my plumeria. She's about to bloom and you guys are seeing it together with me. I'm so excited. So there are 4 pear trees here. This is the trellis that contains that Mexican torch vine and also jasmine. We came through here earlier and went around that way. And those are the wooden raised beds. Peppers all through here. I came through and picked a bunch of peppers in these bags. And this is my pride and joy. This is that sooty mold trellis that you guys saw me clean off and replant and create a little bed, and it's looking fabulous. Now, this is my grenadilla plant. I did not harden her off, so she's getting a little bit sun scorched too. It's been really, really hot, so the plants that have been exposed to the brightest sun have been affected, I've noticed. We'll go around this way and then out of the garden before it gets too dark to continue this garden tour. This is my second kumquat tree. She is blooming and has some kumquats on her. There's a Suriname cherry. This is my next longan tree that we'll be harvesting some longans off of, hopefully. There are a few empty bags here, down here with my agave plant and some canna lilies. A couple more bags with peppers in them. Another canna lily, an aloe plant, rosemary. Here is my Cari mango tree, which gave me a whopping, I believe, 8 mangoes this season. I was so happy about that. Elephant ear, another dewdrop tree. Let's go underneath her. The dill that I'm just waiting to collect seed off of. And this area here is more of a vegetation planting area. The sun is kind of splotchy in this place, so I kind of just planted things that I knew would thrive and give us some privacy around the pool. And they include things like ferns and the dewdrop and sweet almond plant and philodendron. We've got oregano down here and plumbago, elephant ear there, another sweet almond, another philodendron, some hibiscus in there. So just an assortment of more vegetative, non-food type plants for the pollinators. Big old raised bed that I have that contains a thyme that's been here forever. And this is dandelions. I want to plant herbs, edible herbs there instead of the dandelions. But I do like the dandelions for their medicinal purposes. But we are back to the front of the garden. This is the doorway. And I thought it wasn't hot out here, but I am actually sweating because I tried to get through this so fast and it's muggier out here than I thought. So I'm gonna end this video here. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a blessed and beautiful day.